Hello everybody, hope you're having a great summer, and this is the last of the tech challenges that are part of your learning journey. Hope you enjoy this. It's one which pulls together all of the stuff that you've done so far with Google Docs and drawings and slides, and brings it all together using another tool called Google Sites. Now you're going to love Google Sites because it's a way to build websites very easily that you can then share with each other and your teachers and maybe even the world. But in this instance, we want you to use the Google site to pull together the work that you did in docs and drawings and slides and put it all together in this one place. Firstly, it's a little bit different this time. We can't just give you your own site. What you have to do is take this site, the one that I'm going to show you in a moment, and then make a copy and rename it so that it becomes yours. So let me show you how to do that. Firstly, you'll need to go to your Google Drive. That's drive.google.com. That will look maybe like this, maybe like this, but it contains all of the stuff that you've been working on for the previous challenges and maybe on your own stuff as well and the work that you've been doing with your teachers in school. Come down on the left-hand side to Shared with Me, and you should find in there something that looks like this. It's got a little website icon, and it's called My Learning Journey Neville Longbottom. That's the example I've used to get you started. If you're viewing your files as a list, it'll look like this. I prefer the icons, but it's completely up to you. If you double click on this and open it, another tab will open up, and it takes you into the editable version of that site. So this is where you can make changes before anybody else gets to see it. You can see the finished version at any time by going to a preview, by clicking on the eye icon at the top, or by using the drop down here to view published site. And that will show you what the rest of the world can see. As you make changes, they don't yet appear in the live version which everybody else can see until you click on Publish. And that then means I'm happy with these changes, add them to the live site. Now, what I want you to do before you start doing anything on this site, because this is my site, and if you make changes, it'll appear on my site as well. What I want you to do instead is make your own version of this site by coming up to the three dots, clicking on those, coming down to Duplicate Site, and click on that. Now, first question it asks is, well, what do you want to call this? And what I want you to do is get rid of the copy of and put, instead of Neville Longbottom, I want you to put your name and then click on OK. Now, it's a fairly complicated little site, so it's going to take a few seconds to do the copy. But when it's finished that, you'll have your own version of the site that you can then work on. You can open that, you see at the bottom, it says open. And look, at the top, you can now see that the name of this site is My Learning Journey, Mark Allen. However, in different parts of the site, there are still references to Neville Longbottom. So you need to change those where you see them. And because you're in the editable version of the site, you can make those changes by just clicking on the thing you want to change and then making the changes directly. Remember, when you're happy with things, you need to publish them before they go live and other people can see them. In fact, at the moment, you're the only person that can see this copy that you've made. When you're happy with it, you're going to need to add your teachers into here. You see that this is a draft which only you can edit. It's only going to be available to specific people, and it'll have your name here. So you're going to need to change some of these things. You're going to need to change that to say that anyone with the link can view it. And it says, this is going to allow anybody to see this when it's published. That's okay. And published is now anyone can find and view. That's okay. And you're going to need to add in your teachers' names as well so that they can make changes if you want them to be able to. And as you add somebody, if I add Mr. Layton, for instance, as you add their names, you're able to decide whether you're going to give them edit rights or just view rights. Well, they've already got the can view published rights because you've done that for everybody in the world. So if you're going to add them, you might as well make them editors. That means they can make changes on your site as well. And they may not need to, but it gives them that possibility. Anyway, you now have your own site. And as I say, as you step through it, look out for Neville Longbottom because you need to change it to your name. But you're going to see that there are a series of challenges. Let's view instead the published version here. Let's just publish those last changes. Make sure that it's got the right name here and publish. It only asks you that the first time you do it. After that, you just click on publish and it will make those changes live. And now here is the published version of this new site that Mark Allen has made. And you'll see that there are a number of pages. Here's the home page. Then there's a page for the Docs Challenge. And you'll see that the Docs Challenge contains Neville's document. Just as in the Drawings Challenge, you can replace Neville's drawing with your own, and again in the Slides Challenge. So what we want you to do on each of these pages is to replace the content that's already here for Neville Longbottom with your own content, the stuff that you generated for each of the previous 3 challenges. Put it all together in your own version of this site, and then you'll see on the last of these pages, Sites, there's a supplementary challenge if you want it, which is that we want you to go on and think about building your own site with something that's important to you. Maybe you're mad keen about BMX, or Fortnite, or ponies, or maths puzzles, who knows. But go and build a site that tells us all about your passion. There you go, that's the Sites Challenge. When you've done that, make sure that it's shared with your teachers. Click on the share option and add their names in here and give them edit rights. Say done, and then you can come back to Classroom and click on the Turn It In option that says I've done that work. Okay, hope that all makes sense and enjoy the rest of your summer.